This week's episode of the Living Outrageously podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. For a 100% free audiobook of your choice, visit audibletrial.com/LOP.
Dudes, welcome to the Living Outrageously podcast. This is the show where we teach you how to stop living a boring life and start living outrageously. My name's Dave Thompson. That is Matt the freaking man Kelly. This is the show for passionate, creative, and intelligent people who want to make their dent in the universe. Matt Kelly, impossible is an opinion.
It is indeed, yes.
And today we have something super exciting to share with everyone.
Yeah.
I'm losing my marbles because this is probably the single biggest thing that the sloth has done to samurai in the history of sloth, isn't it?
Yeah, listen, this is a really, really simple one because we all know it. We've all experienced it. We all experience it quite frequently. And if we don't attack it, if we don't samurai it when it happens, then man, that's sloth. But, what's that? Special report? Oh, roll the footage.
Special report just in. Ladies and gentlemen, the sloth, after his rapid trip to the desert, making desert sloth, has now come back to the city, but teamed up with lizards. These lizards, combined with the sloth, combine to give you no results, no pleasure, and no dreams. This has been a public service announcement from the Living Outrageously podcast. You look out for those sloth. They're now teamed up with lizards. My name's Dave Thompson.
Okay, so we're back. That was a bit crazy. Something about the lizard and the sloth, and man, this is insane.
Exactly, Matt Kelly. The sloth, he is so conniving and so wanting to take your dreams that he has now gone into the animal kingdom and he is recruiting fellow animals. He has recruited the lizard, and now when the sloth attacks your brain, he invites the lizard to come have a party in your brain as well. And you know what happens to you when that happens? You know what happens to me when that happens? You get hit with that procrastination.
For sure.
And what did that dude say? There was some dude that said something really profound about procrastination. It was like, you know what happens when you give a procrastinator an idea?
What happens when you give a procrastinator idea, Dave?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing, Matt Kelly. Oh, yes. That's right. Absolutely nothing happens, Matt Kelly. Today, that's what we're here to do. Kill procrastination.
Yeah.
Get you the results that you want. Man, everyone faces this. No matter how many times you train your brain to go past the procrastination, it still infects you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? The big point here is that it's actually okay, because when you know you're procrastinating, okay, and you know you had the tools to stop it, you can take control and make it happen. The problem is when you use procrastination as an excuse or a reason or create a story around why you can't do something, that's when it becomes serious. That's when it becomes painful. Exactly. The sloth attacks and you literally can't, and you feel like you can't do anything. The huge thing here is you can take action when procrastination happens. Simply go, sloth, procrastination.
Lizard brain.
I can either do it, do what needs to be done and do it, or I can pull away and be procrastinated. I know what I would do, so man, let's face it, let's kill procrastination.
Let's do it. And the benefits for people that stick around for the how in this episode, we've got 4 super quick tips. They're not quick tips.
No,
they're 4 steps.
Yeah.
4 amazing steps for busting procrastination. You know what? When I went through these, I was like, hot damn, I got to use more of my own tips.
Oh, absolutely. This happens all the time. Like, now that I've got these 4 tips down, I'm going to use them daily, because when the sloth comes, the sloth tries to get you to procrastinate, you know what to do. You samurai the sloth. The end, game over, sloth dead, continue on with your life.
And the benefits for people that take on these tips, Matt Kelly, just huge. You will get better results in faster time.
Yeah.
Think about that 2 hours that you spent procrastinating your email inbox. If you just done and got the result,
That's it.
man, you've got, maybe it takes 5 minutes to get the result. You've got 1 hour and 55 to go and do other activities.
Things that you actually want to do. When you're procrastinating, you're typically still doing something that creates perceived value, or something that it still adds value to my life, but it's not the core thing I should be doing right now. Forget all of that. This is about nailing the things that need to be done to achieve the total ideal outcome.
Exactly. And how do you feel, Matt Kelly, when there's those times when you get to the end of the day and you're just like, oh, I feel so I feel like a waste of space.
Yeah.
because there was this thing that a result that I had to get, and I just didn't get it. Everyone will say to themselves something different. Maybe you'll feel something. Maybe you'll hear someone say something. You know what I say to myself? I say, man, you're a pussy today.
You didn't accomplish what you wanted to do. You didn't do it. There was one thing that had to be done, and it didn't happen.
It's such a hollow feeling.
Yeah, totally.
Such a hollow feeling. And, man, I hate it. So that's why we came up with the 4 tips today. Man, this is going to be great. This is going to be great.
Yeah.
We did a bit of research before. We've got some awesome quotations.
Some quotations. We don't do this often. We do like to reference people who are out there smashing it. And we've got some cool quotes today, Dave.
Yes.
Epic quotes.
Yes, I just want to get straight into this one. Someday is not a day of the week.
Ooh.
Snap. And Matt Kelly, that was by an unknown person, so you could may well claim that. Would you like to claim that?
That is now an LOP quote. Sorry to the family of the unknown. Yeah, we've taken it and it's LOP. It's LOP now. Our viewers are going to use it and we're going to use it because guess what? Someday isn't an option. I'm going to do it someday. I'm sorry. Someday isn't a day of the week. You want to do it? That's not scheduling it. That's not making a decision. That's not making a call. Someday is nothing. So damn right. I love that quote.
I love that one. I probably use that one myself. I've got my black book of things that I want to do in my life, 475 growing list of activities to do. The North Face, the 100K Ultra Endurance Run was on it. And someday I was going to do the North Face, and I was like, you know what?
I can do it now.
Every day I get older, every day it's going to get harder.
Yeah.
Why not pull the trigger now? All right, how about this one from our man, our main man, never met him, but he's probably a cool dude, Victor Kiam, or Kiam, or Kia, however his name goes. If you're listening, Victor, get in touch, brother. And he says, procrastination is opportunity's natural assassin.
Ooh, opportunity's natural assassin. Man, that sounds very Samurai Sloth.
Procrastination is trying to assassinate your opportunity. Hot damn, Victor, Kia, You're the man. All right, what else have we got here?
Ooh, I've got this one here.
Okay.
You've got your nothing quote here, Dave. We
Yes.
love that one.
Yes.
What happens when you give a procrastinator a good idea?
Nothing.
There you go. We know that.
Did we already say that
Yeah,
one?
we did. That's the point.
Oh, we had to say it again.
That's the point. Like, no matter what, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, in this situation, okay, you know when you're procrastinating. You know when you procrastinate, you can't achieve what you want to achieve. So change it. Change it altogether. Don't procrastinate. Identify when you're procrastinating because you know you can't achieve anything while you're doing it.
Very short story here about procrastination from the man Tony Robbins. He was speaking to someone who worked on his staff, and they were like, "Whoa,
There is loud vehicles."
yeah." So he's speaking to someone on his staff, and they were charged with getting a particular result. And he's gone up to this person. He's like, "Hey, like, fill me in. What's up?" And they go, "Oh, well, I've sent 3 emails and I left 2 voicemails and I went to see them, but they weren't there, so I left them a note." Robbins is just like, "So you didn't get the result?" And the person's like, "Well, no." So often that can be the case. Procrastination can kill what you want to do. Matt Kelly, let's go on to the what. The living outrageously, and I love this part. I love this segment now. The living outrageously definition of procrastination.
Ooh,
Do you want to do this one or me? Because this is pretty exciting.
I'm doing it. I'm taking it. I'm doing it. Ready? Now, we love this segment, the LOP. Okay, this is the definition of procrastination. And this is our definition, Dave. You ready? It's the state of being where the sloth takes residence in your brain, invites his lizard homeboys over for a party in your brain, okay, and causes you to do anything but the actions that will lead you to your dreams.
What the?
Man, okay, so here it is, right? Right. Sloth invites lizard, dance party, okay, focuses you on the dance party, focuses you on things that aren't what you actually need to achieve, therefore preventing you or enabling you to do everything but the thing that you need to do to get to your dreams. That is what this is. It is about preventing you from doing what you want to do. Procrastination is the worst, one of the worst things that can happen.
So basically, we want to stop the sloth and the lizard from making party in your brain.
That's it.
How cool is that?
No, it's serious. It's a serious.
It is serious. It is serious.
Party in your brain, and that's a party that you haven't even been invited to.
Yeah.
So you have to stop that party.
All right. Maybe it's a party where they're taking lots of drugs, and you don't want that party. All right. 4 steps. Let's do it, Matt Kelly. Let's do it. First one. There's something that you want to do and you're just not taking action. Go tell a buttload of people. Get yourself some social accountability. And this one is so important because you don't want to look bad in front of your friends, do you?
No, you don't. And this is a cool one because we've actually tested this out in the past month. You might remember the Eric Svensson episode at the end of last season. We set the April goals, and you know what we did? We put our individual goals on our Facebook page so that all of our friends could see them. Because if all of our friends see them, we know that we're going to be embarrassed if we don't actually go through and fulfill or meet those goals. Okay, I know I better have a damn good reason that isn't sloth not to accomplish those goals because everyone else knows about them. That's embarrassment, that's accountability.
Absolutely. And we had a little status update from Ida the Sven during the week, and he's like, proceeding, meeting challenges, but proceeding. So can't wait to have a chat with Ida the Sven because, man, we're going to hold him to the high standard.
Yeah, listen, Eric took the jump and publicised his goals, okay? I did it too, Cecily did it, a few people came onto our Facebook page and literally put down what they wanted to do. That's awesome, that is social accountability, and that is the first step to destroying procrastination.
And you know why it works, Matt Kelly? It's a little known law. Perhaps you might not know it, perhaps you do know it. It's the law of consistency. If you've ever read Cialdini's book, Something About Influence, the exact title eludes me at this moment. There's a couple of laws on how to achieve influence. One of them is the law of consistency. Yeah. You say you're going to do something in a public arena, people expect you to do it. Or they expect you to act consistently with what you've said you will do. So that's sort of the psychology that's at play there. Now, how do you actually do this? Well, call your friends, call your best friend, put it on Facebook. There's various websites that you can go and share your goals on. What else could you do?
Oh, it's just about telling people, just in general. Like Marie Folio says this in hers. Tell your friends' sisters or brothers or neighbors or whoever. Just get it out there and make people know it. Make people know what you want to achieve because when they know it, next time you see them and they ask you about it, it's going to be pretty embarrassing to be like, oh, nah. I couldn't. I didn't. I got lazy. I procrastinated. So, like, just getting people watching you, following it, ensuring you do it, that is epic, epic for accountability and epic for beating procrastination.
Absolutely. And feel the heat there. Like, put it out. And that was mariefolio.com. Go check her out. She is just kicking butt. Does like a 5-minute LOP, maybe. Yeah. She rolls. Anyway, the secret sauce for this one is... tell someone important, Matt Kelly. Yeah. Don't just go and like, there's a dude on the street, tell him. He doesn't care.
You've got to care about their opinion. You've got to care about what they think of you to make you push forward and do it.
Absolutely. All right, wicked. Step number 2 for killing that sloth, lizard, drug-infested party going on in your head. And man... now that we talk about drugs, it probably is appropriate because a state of procrastination is being really passive, yeah? Being really passive. So the drug of passivity. Did I just make up a word? You know what I mean. Anyway, second tip is schedule it, Matt Kelly. Schedule it. And so important. The man, Tony Robbins, he said, if you can dream it, then it's a dream. If you can plan it, it gets exciting. But the moment you schedule it, becomes real.
It becomes real.
real.
You have to make it happen because it's been scheduled. You know when you're doing it. You know what you're doing. It has to happen. You can't let anything get in the way or your schedule is out. It's gone to whack. And the other thing is, if you are likely to, if you write something on your schedule, in your calendar, if you actually sit there and go like, I need to do this then, apparently you're more likely to actually accomplish it. Or if you're willing to put it in your calendar, it's something that you're actually willing to do. So that's important.
You know why, Matt Kelly? It's because the reticular activating system, and we've talked about this so many times, it's like the heat-seeking missile. You put into your brain what you want. This RAS, it's a bad boy, just missile seeking. It just goes exactly for what you want and you get it. So exactly what are we talking about here? We're talking about putting it in the diary. Wednesday, 9 minutes past 11. I'm calling this dude to get this result. That's what I'm talking about. Not I'm doing it Wednesday. That's good. Could be better. I'm talking 11:09, 11:13. What? Get specific. And so how do you do this? Well, defend it like you would defend something that is so important to you. I'm talking things like defend it like you would defend a hot date with a Victoria's Secret model. Defend it like you would defend a really important business meeting.
Your child is run out on the road. What are you going to do? You're
going to defend it.
You're going to make sure you get your child and you bring them to safety. And you have to. It's a requirement. That is what I must do. So you do it.
Awesome. Love that. So that's second point. Number 2 is schedule, and I could do a bit more of that myself, you know. I think we all could. Yeah. There's always another level. You tell me you've reached the level, well, guess what? There's always another one. You can always squeeze another % out.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, what do we got next? Focus on the why. Oh, hot diggity. This is the number one. When the sloth and the lizard brain get together and start rolling joints at your party, they're trying to cloud your why. They want to... Matt Kelly, have you ever worked a job where you just sit there and you're not actually sure what you're meant to be doing?
You're just doing it because you're just doing it because you're sitting there and that's what you do. There's no big picture. There's no like, this is what I'm part of or this is what I'm trying to accomplish. You know what? This is massive. This is why we said often New Year's resolutions die. Because you haven't focused on the why. You haven't. It's really easy to say like, I want to lose 3 kilos. I'm going to do that. Why? If you don't have a why, okay, there's nothing driving you to do it. You're just putting a sentence out there for no reason. So if you don't care about the why, if there isn't a why, okay, then of course you're going to procrastinate. Of course, if you don't have that ideal life, that dream life, that goal that you want to accomplish, right? If you don't have that, then you're always going to be procrastinating with everything that you do because you've got nowhere to go.
How about this one, Matt Kelly? So, okay, you're just telling me, if I just listen to that last segment, what you're telling me is that I need to have the why. Well, what if my why is like, yeah, I need to do this because, I want to lose weight, or I want to make more money.
Whoa. Okay, so another big distinction to make here is that you've got to be passionate about the why. Okay, this has to be something that why am I doing this? Because if I don't, I'm going to freaking die and I am not going to do the outrageous things I want to do. Okay, these are the outrageous things listed. Why? Okay, those things there make up my ideal life. Those are things that I really want to achieve. I must achieve. I have to get there, so I'm going to make it happen.
It's what makes you, you've got to get passionate about this. Why are you doing this? What's the whole point? If I ever forget my why, you know what I default to, Matt Kelly? Helicopter surfing.
Nice.
Helicopter surfing. Gary Vaynerchuk, he wants to buy the jets, right? Yeah. He wants to own a sports team. Me, I want to have a helicopter and I want to ride that helicopter through the surf, right? I'm not even kidding.
Okay.
That's part of my why. I think of that and I'm just like, hot damn, that is probably the coolest thing I can think of in the history of the world. So whatever I'm facing at the moment, I need to push through, and I want to push through. Focus on the why. What's your why? Surely we did an episode on that. Yeah, Season 1.
Yeah. We've done this a number of times. When you talk about goal setting, when you talk about living your ideal life, that's where the why comes in and becomes so excruciatingly important. That's the why.
Excruciatingly important. Yeah. I love it.
I stand by that statement. You know why? Because if this doesn't happen, the pain I will suffer, okay, the pain, the torment, the torture that I will suffer if I don't live my ideal life, man, that's unbearable. That is not me. That is not what I want to do. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to capture it. Everything that I do has to go lead me towards my ideal life. And if I find myself procrastinating one of those things, I've got to revisit the why. Okay, I've got to identify why, focus on it, and get there. And that's what focus on the why really means.
Absolutely. And I'll just tell a little bit of a story here. So I was emceeing a dinner the other night for a rugby club, and they had a special guest come to speak to everyone at the event. And what they said, so I was interviewing the special guest, and he was an Australian sevens player. So he made national honours. And I asked him, I was like, so in those moments when it gets really hard and you're feeling really down and everyone's telling you that you're not going to make it, and you know, you can hear all the banter that's going around about how tough it is, what do you do to push through and how do you find that motivation to get up off the floor and keep going? And you know what he said to me? It was it really hit home with me. He said, it's my family. He said, this is why I do it. He said, I do it for my family because when I played junior football, when I played junior rugby, for years, they would drive me to the field. And they never knew that, there was no guarantee that he was going to make this level of play. There was no guarantee he'd play for Australia. But his family just kept turning up. Whenever he got injured, they took him to the doctors, took him to the physios, gave him the best food they could afford. They weren't a rich family, but they gave him the best food. They did absolutely everything. And he said to me that he felt that if he gave up, or if he gave anything less than 100%, he would be disrespecting his family, and that was his why. Wow. Why did he do it? For his family. Find your why, you'll be able to push through anything.
Awesome.
How do you like that one, Matt Kelly?
Powerful stuff. It's really powerful. And we can't get too cloudy on the why. The why is really important because that's what drives you to accomplish anything. And forget procrastination, forget all that stuff. Like, if you miss the why, okay, you can't get there. So identify what's important to you, what matters, what you want to achieve, and why you want to achieve it. What the result is for you when you get there, what the result is for the people around you, that becomes the why. That gives you something outrageous to focus on and that is just so important to you. You have to get there. You have to make it happen. Man, procrastination isn't going to stand a chance with you if you're so focused on what you're trying to accomplish.
No more party going on in there. No more party. Let's move on to the
final point, Dave, the final step in this whole process.
And it is
ship. Oh. S-H-I-P. Ship. Okay, so think Seth Godin, think all these people out there who are talking about just getting stuff out there. Because guess what? Let's see if I can fix this little colour here. Better, bad, better, bad. We'll just keep going. So with regards to shipping, right, the importance here is it gives you momentum. Keep putting stuff out there that align to what you're really trying to accomplish.
Yes. I heard I heard Gary Vee talk the other day, and he said how...
Is this the DVD you lent me, Dave?
It is, man. It is. So a story from Gary Vee, and he was like, you know, I think someone should do a web show on baseball cards. And so a whole heap of people went out and did baseball cards, but one of his followers actually did a hockey show about hockey cards, right? And this guy, for 18 months, he just kept putting out web shows, just time and time again, and nothing happened, right? Nothing happened. Then, 18 months, what's the brand? Is it Top Deck? I can't even remember the brand. Hockey related. Yeah. Top of the range, premium company in the hockey space. I think they do hockey cards. They've contacted him and said, oi, 45 grand, come and do this for us. You're obviously an expert. Momentum. If he could have stopped at any time. You know, we could stop this podcast at any time and give in to sloth. Oh, we're not ready. Oh, we're podcasting.
The lighting isn't ideal right here.
Well, it's not ideal. We're podcasting from a balcony looking over the water, man. It's not ideal. Like the sunset was supposed to be amazing, but it's cloudy. You know, we could have procrastinated and put this off until another day when the sun wasn't so covered by clouds. But momentum. It just kills the sloth. And so what are we talking about here? We're talking about doing your art. Whatever your art is. That guy, he was awesome he talked about hockey cards. So he's just like, boom, boom, hockey card. You know, our art is this show. Your art could be paintings. It could be making twizzle sticks. It could be, you know what's a funny word? Twinkies.
Yeah.
It could be making art with Twinkies. Who knows?
Do it. If that's your passion, you make it happen.
Who knows? But that's what we're talking about here. And how do you do that? Well, man, internet. There's so many ways these days. Just get something on the blog. Get something on the podcast. Talk to someone. Send an email to get your writing in a guest newsletter. Great example here. And shout out, Jim Powerlife. Dude, have you been seeing his videos?
He's cranking them out every day. Almost.
Jim Butler, Powerlife. He is making it rain. He's doing all sorts of great videos on health-related topics. Some really interesting stuff, man.
Oh, man, not even health. Like, he's going across everything that he's clearly passionate about. I saw some business-related stuff, web stuff. This is amazing. And guess what? The more he pushes it out, the more he's going to build that momentum, keep going, and ship stuff regularly. So that's awesome.
And exactly. So the secret sauce here is that during this time when you're shipping, the sloth's going to be saying, oh, what about this?
Yeah.
What about the lighting? Oh, you don't quite know what your niche is. Who are you? You're not an expert on this topic.
Yeah.
You don't have enough battery in your computer. He's throwing all this stuff at you, just like this. He's inviting more of his homeboy lizard brains over to smoke dope in your brain. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Oh, damn. Man, I can't let that happen. I can't let that happen.
You can't.
So, all right, let's recap. 4 steps to busting that party that the sloth and lizard brain are having in your house, in your home. Social accountability. Go tell your friends. Schedule it so it's real. Focus on the why. Focus on the passion. What is it for you? Why do you get up? Why do you do this? And ship that.
Dave Thompson, that was amazing. That was amazing. That was amazing. What a recap that was. People, it's not hard. It's not difficult. You know when you're procrastinating. Take the steps. There are 4 key steps here to absolutely destroy procrastination, destroy the lizard, destroy the sloth, kill them all, be the samurai, embrace the samurai, make it happen and achieve your goals. Are we ready for quick tips, Dave?
But Matt Kelly, what if I do all this and I'm still procrastinating?
Really? Whoa.
What if I do it and I'm still procrastinating?
I don't even know how to answer that.
I do. I do.
Hold on. So let me just position a question here. So the question is, so I know the steps. Okay, I know it, okay? And I know what I've got to do tomorrow. But when tomorrow comes, it's really hard to stay motivated to do it. I can feel the power of procrastination, even though I've applied the steps. Even though, wow.
And the answer is because, Matt Kelly, mate, I've done these things and I've still procrastinated. The secret sauce here is ask yourself a better question.
Okay.
So how about this? Does this sound like a common scenario? You wake up in the morning and you ask yourself, whether it's out loud or in your head, what do I need to do? Now, when you answer that question, what does that come out for you? What comes out? Well, I've got to call this guy. I've got to do this email. I have to go to the bank. I have to go to the post office, and I have to get this report done. It's a list of task items. Okay? It's a list of activities. It's a list of activities. All right? What if we asked a better question? What are my outcomes? What are my outcomes?
So this isn't about what I need to do. This is about what I need to accomplish through doing them. I might not be passionate about the task, but I'm passionate about the outcome. That's very focused on the why, isn't it? I like it. I understand where you're going.
How about this? Man, I'm about to drop a bomb, all right? How about this? How about this question? How can I achieve my outcomes and be totally stoked doing so? When you ask that question, how does your mindset change? Doesn't it automatically focus on being stoked, achieving outcomes? What's the presupposition there? You will get your outcome and you will do so being stoked.
It's hard to not be excited about that. It's hard to, man, I will be stoked doing what I want to do.
Okay, let's do a test. Matt Kelly. So you wake up tomorrow morning and I ask you, what do you need to do? All right. Did anyone notice there the physiology change? He went ever so slightly down. The breathing just slowed a little, and the energy went out of him. How about I ask this question? Matt Kelly, what outcomes do you want to achieve tomorrow that will make you, and you want to do so feeling absolutely, totally stoked? How can you achieve your outcomes while feeling totally stoked? Look at the smile. Did you see the smile? Smile. Boom. Don't even need to pick on any of the other 50,000 physiological things that were going on with Matt Kelly there. Little smile. Boom. He's happy. And what did we talk about last week? Excitement is the new productivity. Ask yourself a good question, you'll get a good answer. Ask a shitty question, you get a shitty answer. All right, that's the bonus secret sauce, Matt Kelly. Quick tip, you got one, brother?
I've got one, Dave. I've got one. And it ties back into the shipping stuff. Listen, if you're watching this show, you know you want to live your ideal life. Let's face it. Ooh, color, good, bad, good.
We're going to have to wrap this up, Matt
Yeah,
Kelly.
let's do it.
Unicorns flying onto the stage.
Clearly is. There clearly is. So here's the deal. You know you need to do things. Okay, you know you might need to make the money to live your ideal life, or you want to tidy things up. You know you're going to go online to do it. The internet is an amazing place to build your business, to grow a profit center, to fund your ideal life. Okay, so many of you are already entrepreneurs, or you're pushing to be. You know what you're trying to accomplish. That's all cool, man. I've been focused on the outsourcing lately. I've been pushing jobs through like Elance, Odesk, and VWorker out overseas, and I'm loving it. I've mentioned before I'm writing an ebook on this exact topic that I'm gonna plug next week, because guess what? I'm gonna give it to all the LOP viewers for free.
Great price.
Free is a great price. Get onto these websites if you have to get things done. Okay, don't invest hours of your own time getting frustrated, struggling through the tech stuff, when you can flick it off to someone at very little expense and get an amazing result. It's hard to argue with that. Experiment with it and have fun.
Yeah, Matt Kelly, I noticed how happy you were this morning to have had a whole website put up and done for about $3.50 an hour.
Sure. Not quite $3.50, but I'll tell you what.
$4.50.
The couple of hours in which we had it built, man, templating, going out and getting the hosting, engaging with someone to get them to do the admin back end, make it integrate. It took an hour or two, and it was done, and that was amazing. So love it. Love every second.
Awesome. All right, my quick tip, Matt Kelly, is go out and get the Coco Bella 1 litre of coconut water. It is just launched in Australia. I'm losing my marbles. I was in the shop today and I saw it. And I was just like, oh, yes, this is so good. Man, if you haven't got on the coconut water bandwagon yet, you're missing out, brother. High in electrolytes, magnesium, everything, potassium, sodium, all the good stuff. Man, we should be affiliates for Coco Bella. Let's do that.
We can easily hook that up.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Because coconut water is amazing and will increase. Man, doesn't really go with sloth, does it? Sloth, lizard brain, smoking joints at a party. And then there's like the coconut. Not really. No. All right. Anyway, Pryor, my man, you're getting your prize pack very, very soon. Matt Kelly's just putting the finishing touches on that. Very excited. Not much else to say, Matt Kelly. Not much else to say. We're looking forward to chatting with Edith Sven in a couple of days' time for his end-of-month update. And, dude,
I think that's it, Dave. That's a power-packed episode. If you suffer procrastination after watching this, man, you got to embrace the inner samurai, and that's it. That's it, Dave. That's it. Cut. The unicorns are coming.
Yeah, unicorns are coming. Final question: you won't let the sloth win, will you? We'll catch you on the other side.